right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, before we begin, we're going to face the east. We'll start by giving our honor, all praise, and glory to
Yahweh, Wa'ashem Yahushai, Wa'ashem Akam.
Double honors to the elder apostles and bishops of the great millstone now. What up? As always, peace, blessings, and salutations to the tabernacle of David, the hopeful elect, that are scattered abroad across the four winds of the earth. Another day in Babylon. We out here to prophesy, get into the word, touch on prophecy. That's the most relevant thing you can do right now is prophesy. All right, we see that we're at the pinnacle of society, but it's getting ready to fall. Well, really, it's in the midst of a fall as we're witnessing. All right, and you got the commander-in-chief, the emperor of Babylon, Rome 2.0, Nero. While he's in the middle of a war that he's losing, he's sitting front seat at UFC events, just like in the days of old when he was Nero. All right, yeah. He's acting like everything is all good. He's acting like they're winning, but when you read the reports and you see what's really being put out there, they're not winning shit. The people that are really winning is the elite only. Everybody else is losing. Everybody's hurting right now. Because this war is causing economic implications all across the board, worldwide. Everybody's going to suffer from the impact. All right? But that goes to show you that, this man, he's not fit to rule. And the scriptures even tell us that in these last times, that you're going to have unfit rulers, unstable leaders. Somebody get that for me in 2-9, read it in the GMT. Because if you look at the moves that this devil's been making, since they entered into this war, even before then, but we could just talk about what's recent. A lot of the things that he's been trying to do and justify, none of it adds up. A lot of, you evaluate his moves or even the advice that he's taking from his overlords, everything is not going too well. All right?
To your point, Elder, you start to talk about the collapse of this place, but it's collapsing from internally and globally. Yep. With America severing basically their alliances globally with the NATO and within Babylon, the Democrat, Republican parties, they're obviously separated, but they're even separated between the Republican Trumpsters and the ones that are opposed to what he's doing. Right. So it's just, go get into the scripture. He's going to say it. Second Ezra 9 and 1 in the GNT, he answered me, consider all these things very carefully. When you see that some of the signs I have told you about have appeared, you will know that the time has come when the Most High will bring judgment on the world he has created. Yep. There will be earthquakes, national rebellions, international intrigues, unstable leaders, and confused rulers.
See? Is that not what we're dealing with in office right now? This guy's a complete, he's a megalomaniac. He's a madman. But they gave this guy the power, y'all. They gave this dude all the power, but they know that they can use him. Right. All right? Because there was nothing special about this guy was a failed businessman. He had a little arrogant charisma to himself, but he was a failure. But it was nepotism behind him being selected for his position.
Right. It was disguised. He was disguised behind white supremacy. Because if that was a nigga, they would have written him off a long time ago. First time he filed bankruptcy.
Right.
But so because he has that he's an Edomite, and the world continues to give him multiple chances.
Right. These people are just, instead of looking at him as an actual candidate, somebody that has that experience, these people were fucking fans of this guy. They fell in love with his persona, his personality. Not that he was actually a fit ruler and leader to lead a whole empire, but that's what they selected. So this is what we got. And as beautiful as the Lord ultimately watchers, that living may know that the Lord ruleth in the kingdom of men, instead of altering the faces of men. You know?
And 4:17. This matter is by the decree of the watchers and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and give it into whomsoever he will,
So
and
the Lord,
set.
so the Lord can set up, he can put anybody, raise anybody up and put them into position. You put an idiot, raise an idiot up and make him king, make him ruler. You know?
Look at Baby Bush.
Yeah.
That nigga was a complete idiot, man. But hey,
These guys was illiterate, but running the whole country. You know what I'm saying? But that's, yeah. But this goes to show you that this man, he's not fit to rule. This is why the earth is in the conditions that it's in.
A Latin term, and the apostles went into this. It says, "Vote insipi, ergo incipiator," which means if a nation wants to be deceived, let them be deceived.
Yeah. These people are idiots, so they trust, like the scriptures say about our people, because you trust in oppression and perverseness and stay to run. There's iniquities unto you like a breach ready to fall. That's gonna break at an instant. At an instant, man. So this is what you wanted. And this guy, so the last we hear, they had the little ceasefire, and shit got broke because the rats over there, they couldn't contain themselves. And the project that they voted, they're voted to, they can't waste any time with that. So they I don't know how many bombs that they used on Lebanon.
it was like
100 plus,
like in 10
targets.
minutes.
Yeah, it was
Like
just
that.
10 minutes.
They said it was like 250 casualties.
I'm sure it's way more than that. It's adding up. So they tried to annihilate Lebanon. Iran pulls back and say, all right, that you just violated the ceasefire. And it wasn't even, what, 12 hours?
Yeah.
We already knew. That wasn't finna go nowhere. It was just another cigarette break.
The first attempt didn't go nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that devil Pete Hegseth, and what he's saying for his excuse was like, oh, well, sometimes when a ceasefire happens, it gets a little shaky. Basically trying to give an excuse for them still shooting on Lebanon even in the midst of a ceasefire.
Right.
Justifying wickedness.
And what they like to do, just like the small hats, they like to act like we would have been a victim if we didn't do what we did. Or they would have attacked us, or whatever propaganda they can use. So that's basically what happened. So now that that's failed, Iran said, all right, well now I was letting certain people through if they pay a toll fee, which you can only pay in the Chinese yuan or a cryptocurrency, which that's another blow to the petrodollar. So now Trump got to act like shit didn't just go left for Babylon. So to save face, he's back to making threats. He's back to usual to save face in front of the world, right? And then now this fool is trying to send the U.S. Navy over there to cause a blockade in the strait. Yeah, like did you just forget that quick that you was threatening them to open it, even though they had it open before you started with it? They closed it. Then they opened it up under certain conditions. You just wasn't allowed. Then you did what you did. You violated the ceasefire. They closed it again. Then you get upset, like as if they wasn't supposed to do what they just did. Now you're gonna go over there and block what you was threatening to open? You're fucking double-minded. Give me James. Give me James.
Let's see if they can blockade a Chinese vessel going in there.
Oh,
Hey, well, it was Iran had put out a global message on their warship basically states that any ship 10 kilometers away,
Oh, yeah.
it's to stay away.
Stay away.
Press the button on 10 miles. 10 miles away, they're gonna press the button on any US warship they see.
Yeah.
And they got, it seems like Iran got an endless amount of drones that they shoot at y'all. They don't give a fuck if they shoot 10,000. They don't care if 5,000 miss. Because they know them 5,000 that he gonna do some damage. They gonna sink that motherfucker.
Yeah, your president, he's fucking unstable. You guys.
James 1 and 8. The double-minded man is unstable in all his ways.
He's constantly flip-flopping. He's telling you while all this is happening that we already won. How did you already win when you're still over there?
You said that in the beginning when it said first started. You said, okay, we're doing real good, you know, we're dominating, it's almost over. It just started.
Right. So at the same time, you're talking shit to the other nations because they won't help that. You know, France and Spain, you know, y'all won't help us, so we're not gonna help you. Like, nigga, I thought you had it handled.
Yeah, they made the decision to get in that situation.
Nigga, you made your bed. He was Proverbs. He that dig a pit, Cholet in the pit that he did. Yeah, you dug that pit, man. Now you isolated your allies. They ain't there for you now. Last I heard, Spain is like, hey, Iran, yeah, we want some help. We willing to trade. We'll use the currency that y'all want. Fuck them. You know? They losing it. This administration, it's this is how you know that Babylon is falling fast. Because so much had happened in such a short period of time. You know? Yeah. Especially societal and economically. You took major L's in a very close span of time. But going back to 2nd Ezra 9, it said that you would have unstable leaders and confused rulers. And that's part of, what's that, in Isaiah 19, the Lord said he will remove a perverse spirit in the midst of Egypt. That they would pretty much, they would stagger like a drunken man in his vomit.
Ecclesiastes 10 and 5 and 6 in the NLT. There is another evil I have seen under the sun. Kings and rulers make a grave mistake. They give great authority to foolish people. In low positions to people of proven worth.
See, now BB, he's just another face. But the elites are using him to pull narrow strings. The scriptures say, make not thyself a underling to a foolish man. But clearly that's the case. Because all they've been doing really is crashing out, trying to desperately achieve that greater Israel agenda. That's what they've been doing. But they figure, we'll at least get some type of compromise in. If we start hurting their critical infrastructure, if we start attacking their civilians, then they'll surrender. Them motherfuckers ain't surrendering for nothing. They not about to surrender. They're willing to die for what to stand on what they standing on. You know. So you didn't met your match. You know? And then we hearing about China in the background. They secretly like, yeah, we finna send y'all some more weapons. And then Trump, he making threats back. If China is gonna send them weapons, it's gonna be really bad for them. It's gonna be real bad. Shut up, man. You know? Because it's just getting worse and worse, man. You know, they put out the footage where the military personnel was actually telling the U.S. when they had the encounter in the streets, they was basically telling them, take your ass back to the Indian Ocean, or we gonna fire on you. They was literally telling them to evacuate, or we're gonna fire immediately upon you. go back to the Indian Ocean. So you getting chunked over there.
Right. Look at the pride though. You're in enemy territory, and you just think like you got the green light.
Yeah.
That's like a nigga going to a blood neighborhood, and you got a blue 6-4 Impala, and thinking that he's just going, well, ain't nobody gonna do nothing to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When you were talking shit and causing, you know, ruckus and fiascos and shit the whole time. That's the pride of Esau. Oh yeah, just go. We, you know, once they see our warship, they'll know we do business.
I was watching this woman. She was speaking on what's happening. She's like, she basically said it's very easy to start a war, but to end it, it's super complicated because both sides escalate, and neither side wants to look weak or surrender. So it's only escalation from now on until one side is totally destroyed, or both of them are destroyed. And that's what's gonna happen.
Joel 3:10. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong.
Get ready, man. And the Lord, He's been allowing these nations to build up, you know, militarily. Right? You know, the hammer of the earth is devastated all around the world. You know, they didn't, you know, took down regimes and put embassies everywhere. So to prevent the hammer of the earth from walking all over them, what do? You gotta build yourself up. Like you get tired of the bully. So what do you do in case you have to encounter this bully again? You go in and get in the gym. You get your muscle, get your weight up.
You prepare yourself.
Yeah, you get yourself together, man. You train. So this motherfucker is trying to come at me again. He don't know what he don't know. He just don't know. But I say, hey, let the weak now say that I am strong. See? And still so far, Russia and China has not directly had to join in. They've just been supplying them with help now every now and then, just like America was doing for Ukraine.
I mean, America supplies the small hat. You know? So it's only fair if you have a partner in business. You give them something, they give you something.
Yep.
You know, Russia and Iran are separated by a few land masses, but it's called the Caspian Sea, and nobody can enter that. It's basically the world's biggest lake, and it's controlled by Russian warships. So they have free access to Iranian territory to supply, man.
That goes into also into prophecy that Persia, which has been alongside Libya and Kush, that Russia would have to be a guard to Gog and Gog. Also Turkey as well, Golan, the house of Turkey.
They get in the mix right now.
They getting in, yeah.
They know their next.
What did he say recently?
We can invade Israel. Yeah.
And we could do that. There's no reason for us not to. Yeah. Yeah, man. So it's all falling through. And on top of that, we was talking about that last night, how they already had Turkey in the scopes. If they would have basically somehow got the victory over Iran and they surrendered, and they was able to, you know, take down the whole regime or whatever, Turkey was going to be the next on the list. Because you know that it's a trajectory where they're trying to further expand themselves, right? They don't want just from Samaria up there, basically from northern Israel all the way down to the Sinai Peninsula, the Nile River. They don't want just to occupy that. They want beyond it. That's why they went at it with Syria. They want everything all across the board, all the way past the Euphrates. Really, they want the world. That's basically what it is. They want the whole world.
They specifically want all the trade routes.
Yeah.
trade routes, and the natural resources.
Which,
Yeah.
if I may, which is essentially what? The birthright.
Right.
Exactly.
They want that birthright back.
Yeah.
Period, point blank. And the small hats are the ones that seem like they really wanted enough to do identity theft. They're willing to get it by any means necessary.
Yeah.
This man is truly a criminal.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
He gonna do
There's-
crimes
There's
in
nothing
the
he
name of
won't
God,
do.
you know?
There's nothing he won't
Exactly.
do.
There you
Yeah.
go.
They try to justify it with the Bible.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're chosen. So we can't question it. This is old times, you know. type shit.
As far as they concerned, everybody is Amalek.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. Turkey is finna be Amalek. Iran is now, or is currently Amalek. Palestine, Gaza.
Lebanon is Amalek.
Lebanon is Amalek.
And the American Christians. I mean,
Yeah,
the American,
yeah. They
the American Edomite, they have it too.
Yeah, man.
That's why I say there's not a more wicked thing than a covetous man. Because like you said, there's nothing that Esau won't do to get what he wants. He'll cut off his own head to get more than
They destroyed a Jewish synagogue in Iran. So they don't care if they took Jesus to get what they trying to, if they covered it up. This man gotta be put to a stop. He has to be stopped, man. Yep.
Revelation 19 and 11, I'm going to read down. It said, "And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True. And in righteousness he doth judge and make war."
Yeah, when Yahushua comes back, that's what he's gonna do. He's gonna settle it. All this turmoil, all this conflict, Yahushua is gonna come and settle it. Right? That's the only way that we can restore peace on earth again. Is by the Prince of Peace. But he's gonna have to come and judge and make war. Right? They're already gonna be fighting. It's already gonna be going down prior to the Lord showing up. The Lord wants these conditions to be transpiring before he returns. So he can bring, and he's gonna bring everything into judgment, man. You got it.
Wait, I'm
Okay,
sorry,
you
can I
got
make
it.
a quick point? You said this is what he wants because he's going to take down all the nations, right? And how's he doing it? The whole statue, once the whole statue is going to go down, basically all the major major rulerships of the heathen are going to go down.
Yeah.
When he attacks, comes back and defends us, and attack and takes down the Edomites in the glass sheep, those toes. The whole statue is going to fall when those toes are broken up by that stone. So all the heathen and all their rulerships go down at that one moment.
That's what it means when it says in Revelation, and there was no more sea. All the dominions of the earth would pass away when Esau's world passes away. Because he will be the last of the heathen that will be in power ruling before the Lord comes and usher in the kingdom. Forever and ever and ever. Right? You got it.
Verse 12, his eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns. And he had
representing the dominion of these other nations, the kings and rulers of these other nations. All right, go ahead.
And he had a name written that no man knew but he himself.
Which we know his name. It's just
The average man.
right. It's been made new among his elect. All right. New meaning in the Greek kainos, which means to fresh or to make fresh. Now, elect right now are calling on his true name. The rest of the world, they calling on the
Pseudo name.
what does it mean in Latin?
Earth pig.
Earth pig. That's what they call it on. All right, you got it.
And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood, and his name is called the Word of the Most High.
Yep.
And the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, clothed in fine linen and white and clean. And out of his mouth goeth a sharp. Showing you so I can show you the purity of Yahushua. That's what showing you that this is a complete separation, but describing Yahushua, this character, with visuals.
Yeah, he's gonna be riding the spaceships. Let people understand.
And the horses are powerful, by the way. Y'all got And out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword. That with it he shall smite the nations.
Yep.
And he shall rule them with a rod of iron. So I'm just being funny. So was Yahushua's sword swallowing? No. These are laser beams. This is all modern, futuristic type technology to the human, but this is ancient technology to the Heavenly Father, given to his only begotten Son. Because look what they got. They got thermonuclear missiles. What can top that? Well, nukes and lasers.
They call it horns in
Yeah. So it's a different level of power that's going to come, that's going to separate everything. Okay? You got it, brother. And out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword, that with it he should smite the nations. And he shall rule them with a rod of iron, and treadeth the winepress of the fierceness and wrath of the almighty power.
So in the scriptures, your defeat is already written. You already been defeated. This is how it's gonna go. You're gonna lose. You're gonna ultimately lose everything. Everybody thinking they fighting for the next position in the ruler seat, but he's gonna come and he's gonna pretty much foil your plans and take you completely out of power, and he's gonna assume position and authority on earth. All right, and you nations, you really forgot. Yahweh Shem Shai, he created the dominions. He created the times. Okay? He created the principalities. So he's going to come back and show you that. He's going to demonstrate that. Because this whole time, the Lord sets up, he puts one down and he sets up another. It just so happened to be Esau, it was your time, he put you up. And you showed the entire world that you're the worst of the worst. And this is why you shouldn't be where you're placed, but the Lord had a purpose for you. So this is what the Lord's going to come back and do. He's going to come and settle everything. So you think you're going to run this over here, you're about to take control of it over here? Nah. That's not happening. And we as the prophets of Yahweh Shem Shai, we're here to give you that message. You can come for us eventually because we know that that's going to happen. But it's not going to undo prophecy. You're subject to it.
You can't go around prophecy.
That's it. Yeah, man. You can shut man up, but you can't shut prophecy up. Yep.
Verse 16. And he had on his vesture and on his thigh a name written, King of Kings and Lord of Lords.
I think in the verse before, or two verses before, it said that vesture was dipped in blood.
Yep.
Right? Hey, because Isaiah 63 says it. Hey, who is this that cometh from Edom, thy garments from Basra, man? It says it's blood up into the horse's bridle. Hey, that's Yahweh Shai coming back with that sword again, man. It's the same event.
Meaning there's going to be a lot of death. Scripture says in Isaiah 66, chariots like a whirlwind. So is that, we know horses is odd, but at the end of that, this is giving a metaphor of the death.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Some blood can bound up to the chest of a horse, man.
Even Chapman, that's speaking allegorical content. Yeah.
I was thinking about, every time I hear that vesture like that, he's talking about representing that, it made me think of Killmonger from Black Panther, the first one. All of the bodies. I wish I gonna have it like that. Really not the scars, but but the representation of that blood on it. That's why Killmonger had done that, so they understood this man was warrior. That's how I'm shot.
Get Psalm 110. It says that they shall be willing in the day of his power. So you nations are you're gonna be forced to bow and confess that he is a Lord, man. Trump is not Lord, man. All right, and you going around trying to set your kingdom up before the return of the Messiah. That's not what the Bible. That's not what prophecy said would happen. It said that the Lord would deliver His people from the Who's your king? So these devils are trying to rewrite prophecy. That's what they're trying to do. A fake fulfillment of a fake prophecy, but try to write it off as Bible prophecy. And all these satanic Christians, they're in on it. They're really there to support the Zionist agenda. They're not bringing you back to who the world calls the Messiah, Yahushua. All these people are in the spirit of anti-Messiah. Because if you're supporting what they're doing over there, they're trying to set up a third temple. Yahushua spoke of no such thing. He said that after he would be risen up, what did he say? Because the temple did rise. But he said after the third day, the temple would be what? Built again.
And they thought
that meant it was a physical temple. So clearly, they're following a fake script. We're trying to pass it off as a Bible prophecy. Yeah.
They had to come from Babylon.
Well, that was some bullshit.
Yeah, y'all looking at the third temple. Prophets. That's prophesied in all the four corners of the earth, especially Great Babylon, America. This is the third temple. Yeah, later.
That's it, man. And you would also be pushing the throne of David.
Yep.
They don't never talk about that.
David Rockefeller, David Rothschild.
David, yeah, Rockefeller or Rothschild. David D.
There's
Rothschild.
Christians out there that's calling Donald Trump King David. That's how bugged out these people are. They're calling the second coming of the Messiah.
They was also calling him Cyrus the Great when they took Golden Heights.
We're calling him Titus. Because of the Archie wants to.
Once he comes in on us.
But that's fucking retarded, right? Because if you're the chosen people, you're supposed to represent Judah. But Titus, that was them triumphant over taking down Judah. So he's erecting a monument that actually commemorates or bring you to remembrance of that triumphant over the real Jews.
So they know the truth. They know that was taking us down. Not about taking the small hats down. They know the difference. Hey, and they come and take you niggas down again.
Oh yeah, Jerusalem is going to be compassed about again. And they're going to set that trench once again. Right here in the States. They're going to pray upon that. And I'll tell you right now, Esau don't like how Iran is showing all the solidarity to you. I think that shit is triggering some another type of energy. Because they getting embarrassed, and then they're using you, Jake, having compassion on us, and then using us to taunt back at Esau.
Hey, because they see us over here building this temple like they see this. This is what they see, and they see the wild ass 2/3 acting up under your roof.
Yeah.
You can't control the little slave niggas that you got over there.
YNs and shit. Running wild, out of control. It's like ICE didn't really. You know what I'm saying?
They get rid of it.
Yeah, man.
They were not on ice because of
this whole situation.
This whole war.
Yeah, man.
ICE is about to get reassigned to a different type of case. Where they ain't not just going after migrants or so-called illegals. They going after anybody on a specific list. That Esau is gonna, they're gonna be briefed on. It's gonna be the prophets. It's gonna be those that believe in the Bible. Christians, extremists, whatever they deem extremists.
BB said he gonna come after everybody that
makes mockery.
Their country.
Online.
Hey,
and freedom of speech online.
Pretty soon they're going to be calling for a lot of these small hats to leave Babylon because they're going to be made targets by these Edomite Christians, the Edomite maggers, you know. They gonna call it hate
Fucking
speech.
sons, man.
Yeah.
You know what I
They
mean?
going over there dying for them. And they just walking around with this, you know, small hats and shit. Yeah.
I mean, they've been crying wolf for the longest time, saying they're persecuted and anti-Semitism is growing, and you know, well, it's you've been crying about it for so long, and nothing's really been done to you. And now it really is going to get done to you. You know?
When that cry until the war finally came and got
Nobody
his ass.
believed them.
Yeah.
You know?
Hey, that Rabbi Smoothie was Smoothie. Rabbi Smoothie was what he said. Hey, he hit me.
Yeah.
Hey, he anti-Semites, hate crime.
When he act like he got hit?
Yeah. Like, that is them in a nutshell as the whole people.
Shit, man.
Right there. When nothing happened, they're like, nobody believes you anymore, Rabbi. Who touched you? Nobody touched you. I got it all on camera anyway. He runs up on him all up close. This is how they act. But then the problem is, people previously have been persecuting the person without investigating the crime.
Right.
Now people start to look at the crime like, well, that really happened.
Yeah.
Why are you crying wolf? You know?
Them motherfuckers be caught red-handed.
Yeah.
And the police don't do shit. Like when they got me under
Yeah. People just came down, poured concrete and smoothed it out and walked away. Like, hey,
Yeah.
all kind of shit in there, man.
Yeah.
Evidence.
Yeah, mattresses.
Yeah, baby car seats.
Baby car
and
seats,
High
high chairs.
Toys.
Beer bottles.
Yeah, man. Yeah, liquor next to the
Liquor.
bed. Come on,
What the
man.
fuck was going on down there?
dirty mattresses, baby high chairs and shit.
Dogs. Like, hey, man, what's going on in there? It's all dingy, dirty. It looks like a goddamn cave.
What about the motherfucker that got caught taking pictures of little girl? I don't know if it was boy or girl.
Seen that.
Was it the airport or the DMV?
Airport.
The airport?
Why he ain't get stomped out?
Yep.
Man, it's really showing that they came where it's like
Yeah.
they can't really
Can't do nothing.
Can't do nothing.
You gotta
man.
wait till your house, and that's the message, by the way. You can't touch nobody. We ain't here to touch nobody. We just letting you know what this man's guilty of. So when your house shot comes and puts his hands on him, that's on you. Hey, by the way, if you go out and touch one of these small hats, that's on you. What happens to you? Because that's not the message that we were told. We were told to just sit back and wait.
Right.
Let this thing play out.
When I ask the question, it's like the niggas that's gonna be niggas anyway.
Yeah.
Why you picking and choosing when you want to be niggas, man?
Right.
Why you only want to be niggas towards your own people, but the ones that's really causing issues and
You-
actually affecting your community? Well, what's up? We're not encouraging it, but
Right.
if you gonna be a nigga,
Yeah. You gonna do the crime anyway,
Right.
where it matters.
We know, let's say the scriptures that Judah is going to be roused up, and it says Judah shall be a terror to Egypt. So, you know, it's only a matter of time before these niggas begin to wake up and see who the real enemy is.
And you know what? What was that situation over in New York? It was two instances. One incident, and it was all both caught on camera. But one incident, this fucking rat, he was trying to get Jake to sell his property
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
for cheap or whatever.
Yeah, like
And
he
was
had
trying
some
to
court papers
some
and
court
shit.
papers, and was trying to basically tell him that he got to get out of there because he about to take over the property. So Jake was cussing him out. You could tell Jake wanted to do him in.
yeah, he did.
You know?
He said, we don't care about that little fucking hat either.
Yes.
They know.
Yeah, he said
Yeah. He said, I'll smack that shit right off your fucking head. You know? But but that's been a thing for years over there.
Yeah.
In New Jersey and New York, is what them devils been doing.
Oh, Ginger, they've been.
They're trying to gentrify and price you out of your own community, neighborhood.
They want everything.
They want it all.
They let your crime drop the property value. They go in and buy it, and then they raise the property. They refurbish it, and they push you out because now you priced out. You can't afford to live there no more.
Right.
That's their play.
And that goes back to that evil covetousness. Habakkuk 2. Like you kicked out of 100+ countries, but everywhere you stepped your foot in, you was taking over and forcing people to have to migrate because they can't afford it. It's like the same pattern everywhere you're at. And then on top of that, it's turmoil. You know? We were just talking about before we cut the camera on down there in Mexico. How the rat bitch that they put over there.
Oh yeah.
It's no secret now. She was in bed with the cartels. That's the reason why it's so chaotic down there. But that helped them facilitate the rollout, where now all of the citizens down there, you now got to come up under this new digital system. The monetary system is now digital. You gotta register your phone.
You have to have even back in 2025, they sent a mandate out saying all citizens gotta have a digital ID.
Yeah. So all this is beginning to roll out all of a sudden, but you had all this chaos right before.
Hey,
because you set up the environment so they can actually roll it out.
you know what I'm thinking? The test
Or out
trials,
of chaos.
the test trials is coming closer and closer to Babylon. Remember, it was just China, Sweden. Now they in Mexico. So what do you think the next stop's gonna be? It's gonna be here in Babylon, where it's going to be a requirement for everyone has to have a digital ID. Everyone has to obviously eventually go all cashless.
Verified.
Yeah,
That's why
yeah.
we used to have the thing VeriChip.
Yep.
Which is verifying a chip that verifies your identity.
Verified.
So you can't do identity theft.
I got Psalms 10 and 8 in the GNT. They hide themselves in the villages, waiting to murder innocent people. They spy on their helpless victims. They wait in their hiding place like lions.
They just place them right in the cut. And they got it mapped out. What they're gonna do, what land they're gonna take, what puppet leader they're gonna put in office.
And that's what they did with the whole Middle East. So how much more your neighborhoods? It's nothing for them to do they have to at least go to war. Over here, they can take your neighborhoods through paperwork.
Of course. On top of that, like they know, they study Jake, because Jake being, a plain man, being simple, Jake just do the same shit. So they know, based off of how Jake lives, they know how Jake gonna react if certain things happen, because Jake lives a simple life.
But also Jake don't really have any power. Notice they going to, like, especially in Latin America, all the tribes are pretty much over here. But what power do we have? Where foreign nations can come and take over your land and rule over you, and control the resources over you.
They have certain laws where if you buy a certain amount of real estate, and well, here in Babylon, you get citizenship. It's like that. But they making Issachar jumping hoops to get a damn work card or some shit. You know what I mean? You a rich Edomite or another nation coming here, it's certain laws. So I'm pretty sure it's probably no type of laws abroad in Mexico and different South American countries. They can just go there and buy everything out there.
That's why they did to Jamaica.
Oh yeah.
And that goes according to the curse, where it says the stranger that is within thee shall get thee above thee very high, thou shalt be brought low. So wherever we're at, we're going to be in a low position, despite sitting on a land that's flowing in resources. You know, if anything, they're gonna come over there and they're gonna exploit it, but they're gonna make you distribute it and ship it out and package it and you mine it. They're gonna make you do the work, and they get rich off of it.
They sell it back to you.
Yeah.
Then you buy it from them. You say
Yeah.
something.
That's all they gonna do.
Finish this off. It says they lie in wait for the poor, they catch them in their traps and drag them away.
Yeah, man. And that's why, Yahweh Shai is not to come and avenge us. You know? We are, like it says in Zephaniah, this will be find it for me, I think it's in Zephaniah 3. No, not 3, I think. Might be worse. This is a nation that's essentially said that the nation that's trodden, that's Florida, trodden.
Afflicted and poor people, they should trust in the name, not that one, right?
But what is that?
That was verses 12.
12.
I don't think that's it. You don't say trodden, but instead of poor people.
Afflicted and poor people. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it.
Zephaniah 3 and 12. I will also leave in the midst of thee an afflicted and poor people. It's 11. In that day shalt thou not be ashamed for all thy doings, wherein thou hast transgressed against me. For then I will take away out of the midst of thee them that rejoice in thy pride, and thou shalt no more be haughty because of the holy mountain. I will also leave in the midst of thee an afflicted and poor people, and they shall trust in the name of the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua.
That's all we can do.
Yeah.
We are an afflicted and poor people. So all the Lord left us with basically nothing but to trust on Him.
We got rock
And
bottom,
have
that's
faith.
faith.
Yeah, we're prisoners of hope. You know? But if we endure, the Lord's going to beautify the people with salvation. It says the meek shall inherit the earth. So yeah, we're going to be the ones that's going to be without. We're going to be the have-nots, so to speak. We're going to be the nation that's not desired. We're going to be poor and afflicted. It seems like our enemies are winning and they doing what the hell they want to do. But this is only just for a moment, man.
Zephaniah 3 verse 18. It reads, and I will gather them that are sorrowful for the solemn assembly, who are of thee, to whom the reproach of it was a burden. Behold, at that time I will undo all that afflict thee.
And it's gonna get bad before young does it.
And I will save her that halted, and gather her that was driven out. And I will get them praise.
And gather her that was driven out. We were driven away from what? Our land. We're in the western hemisphere. We're in the uttermost part of the earth. Still yet this day subject to payments. Still yet this day in our captivity. You know, catching it. And we drunk of the cup. Now these other nations, they starting to feel what we've been feeling. Especially Esau. He crying on the internet, crying on TikTok, crying in a car and shit. You know?
And that reminds me of the scripture when the Lord said, or excuse me, when the scripture says, humble yourselves therefore under the mighty hand of the Most High, and He will exalt you in due time. You know, which means we gotta endure our punishment for this time being. Like we read it last night. You know, the nations they witnessed our downfall, but soon they're gonna witness us being our salvation.
Luke 4 and 25. Somebody can grab it. But yeah, you finished what you had.
Back in Zephaniah 3:19, it says, behold, at that time I will undo all that afflict thee, and will save her that halted, and gather her that was driven out, and I will give them praise and fame in every land where they have been put to shame.
Yeah, everywhere where we were a byword and a proverb, we were a refuse, we were exploited, we were looked down upon. You know, the Lord's he's gonna make us a praise, man, and give us fame. And the main way He's gonna do that is through the strangeness of our salvation.
Right.
Everybody will get to see they're gonna witness the transition. We went from being lowly and meek and meted out and drawn to becoming that new Jerusalem. You know? But we're gonna be transformed into another glory. Because on this side, we were seeing that, you know, we didn't have any power. We didn't have anything.
I was gonna say the power of how we're protected, and then how we ascend up. and how he was defended with that power. That's going to be miraculous to the people. You know, they're not going to want to run up against us no more. A couple people going to try. We're going to see how it's going to go down. Scripture foretold it.
The enemy shall see you. This shall not be able to do anything against you.
Yeah. Second Ezra. 2.
Verse 20. It says, and at that time will I bring you again, even in the time that I gather you, for I will make you a name and praise among all people of the earth. When I turn back your captivity before your eyes, say it, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai.
See, when the Lord delivered us out of Egypt, it was an inkling of that. When the Lord demonstrated His power miraculously to deliver us up out of there, and the fame of what happened traveled throughout the known world. That's why by the time we was about to go into Jericho, you already had that fame of what the Lord did for His people.
Hey, I was thinking when that fame was heard worldwide, you know Esau was salty as hell. He was salty. Yeah, that's why he let it slide through. That nigga was salty. He gonna even be more salty this time. You know?
Because the second salvation, you know how viral that's gonna be? But and see, back then, we wasn't changed into the likeness of a extraterrestrial figure. We were still mortals walking out of Egypt. As soon as we got into the wilderness, Jake started dying off. You know? Still was falling into sin, still was worshiping idols, still complaining. So we were still corruptible, we were mortal men. But this time we coming out incorruptible and immortal. That's the difference. So you better believe the praise and the fame is gonna reach global. They're gonna see us go, everybody, the whole world's gonna see this event. Because it says when the Lord comes back, every eye shall see it. So, and these people are gonna be draped in fear. You know?
That's part of the good news, man. That's what we trying to, first and foremost, we trying to get Jake to repent, man. But the latter end of that is that glory. Like Jake think the end all be all is looking down from some tall ass skyscraper, smoking a blunt. Damn, we made it. Like that's not life, bro. Listen, we got a better glory, man. It says we look for a new kingdom, new heavens and a new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness.
And that's part of the repentance is gonna make you look for righteousness. A nigga don't mind being swindled or swindling the next man. He don't mind that because he feel like I come up. But if you already on top, the last thing you want is somebody to be looking to swindle you.
Ain't nobody tell you shit.
And all that's gonna be taken away.
Like to back your point up, the scripture said that the desire of discipline bring you to a kingdom.
Yeah. And that's the problem. I was glad you mentioned it. Just not the transition, but we're trying to get you people to understand that all these things are happening in your favor if you're righteous, if you repent, if you come back and acknowledge your offenses. These things are set up for you to prosper and make your life now better. Yeah, it's going to get harder, and there is a responsibility, but you start realizing when you see that responsibility, repentance and righteousness, guess what? Things get better overall. Then the next life is when you really win. That's when you really at the end of this one. It don't even end, and then there's no end of this one. You just kind of translate to the next one.
That's why Jake's got to get out of that envious oppressor spirit. You envy what he has and what he has in control of, but you don't even realize it's all corrupted. This is his world, so he can choose to give a bit of a piece of a crumb of his kingdom to you if you would basically sell your soul to him. But outside of that, you ain't going. This is Esau we talking about. He wants you out of existence for his birthright now. You know. So that's, when you read what's that Psalms the 37th chapter. that really should prepare your mind. Don't be jealous. Don't envy what this devil, what he succeeds at. Don't envy his success. Because it's going to be short-lived.
Since it gets an even worse, now it's getting death row.
Yeah, he's gonna get judged, and all of it is gonna get taken away from him. It says that in Job the 20th chapter. He's gonna vomit up everything that he took.
That's the difference between the kingdom of heaven and this place. This can be taken, any and everything can be taken away from you.
Yeah.
You know, and Esau's kingdom can be taken away from him and will. The kingdom of heaven is forever. You ain't gonna stick up the Most High. You ain't gonna. It's you know. Okay, no, it's not gonna happen. And us being sons Yasharala, they ain't gonna fuck with us either. You know, you got your kingdom, you got your land, you have your substance. You don't have to worry about it ever perishing. You don't have to worry about them coming and taking your taxes or envious nigga burning down your house. None of that. Here you have to worry about all of that. An example, a nigga, you always say you can own the house, but you gotta get property tax. You can have an account that deducts the property tax for 100 years, and a nigga can still come and throw a Molotov cocktail through your house and burn the shit down. Right. Yeah, like that. It's a Jake that lost his house like that.
But it's like the markets are all fucking manipulated. Yeah. He manipulates all of them.
Yeah. In his favor.
And yeah.
Not in yours.
Yeah, man.
But now they're making it so that you can't even pass on your home to your kids. If you own your house and you die, the state is trying to pass laws so that you can't get handed over to your children, man. They take over.
Hey, what did they say? And you won't own nothing, and you won't be happy.
Own nothing. You know what I'm saying? The things that you own now, you don't really own.
You can't even own your own music. The moment you start paying your subscription, streams is over. But like, you know, you don't have CDs and albums. Your music, hey, and that's what people need. But hey, it's over. Movies, games. You don't have a physical copy no more.
God, and the deeper you get into Esau's kingdom, it's only going to get worse, man. Because he's about to come where it's going to be this technocratic system. Because they purpose clean that they said that's the heaven, man. And it's going to come harsh. So Jacob going to fight to be a better slave or a bigger slave in his kingdom, man.
Sirach 16 and verse 13. It says, the sinner shall not escape with his spoils, and the patience of the godly shall not be frustrated.
Hey, so we're,
Go ahead.
niggas want to be hasty. Don't be hasty to get past this life, man. There's more to it than just this life. Just our job is to just sit here and be patient and wait for prophecy to unfold on our behalf. It's gonna look like it's not for our benefit, but it's all for our benefit. Okay? Even the trial, chastisement that we gotta go through to the end of this thing, it's all for our benefit. Now, a nigga ain't gonna see that it's for his benefit because his mind is still locked into what Esau doing. Esau's growth. When you repent, you come out of that. Now you can see that, okay, everything that's happening is bringing this man down so the Lord can return and lift us up, man.
Right. And the sinner shall not escape with the spoils, man. This man has spoiled the whole world. And through what it says, riches gotten by deceit, you know, injury, you know. This man thinks he's gonna actually hold all the resources and the precious metals, everything that's valuable in the earth. He's trying to hoard it up and set up a kingdom where only he has access to these things. You know?
You gonna have the digital version, he gonna have a real version.
Yeah. Somebody get James 5.
Job 20:15. He has swallowed down riches, and he shall vomit them up again. Yahweh shall cast them out of his belly.
See, he took all the gold. He took all everything. He wants all the cobalt. He wants the lithium. He wants everything. While he's trying to gather that through wars, He's gonna give you digital what? Digital what? Bro, something through a fucking computer. Yeah.
Then cut you off.
They can cut it off.
He gave it to you, but he gonna tell you how to spend it, where to spend it, and how much time you got to spend it.
Basically, the parable of Lazarus and the rich man. That's what he wants to set up in the world, man. And he wants all of us to be beggars.
I was gonna say that Palantir, the person I believe it was Palantir, they told him you reached your meat protein allotment. Now resort back to mealworms for your protein. Like he can tell you, like you need more protein, but you can't get it from beef no more. Now you gotta go get it from bugs.
He ain't even say plant protein.
Yeah, straight bugs. Okay.
Even though some bugs are righteous, but still.
Yeah, that's the first choice.
Right.
So many other places get protein. This is the type of control this man is gonna have.
What was that woman that was speaking at the World Economic Forum? She was talking about how oxygen and basically nothing should be free.
Yeah, it's not right.
It's not
You're right. Yeah, I don't know her name. Yeah. Right. Air.
You said air, oxygen, air, water, all that should be a human right.
You got God-given rights. What's that? It's a rock.
Yeah.
Yes.
You got God-given rights. And so, people on the planet Earth to enjoy it. The water, oxygen, food to eat.
That's why it says the riches are not coming before they go. It's not like he got access to all these resources just to distribute it. He could still be the richest man in the world and provide for those that need it.
Yeah, he still could be doing making profits, and doing righteously, man. But it's just not in him to do it to go the right way. He can't do it.
So that is lifted up and not upright in him. Let favor be shown unto the wicked, he will now learn righteousness.
Yeah, because when the elect are set up and the government is set up, there's gonna be large profits. The nations are gonna bring their wealth, to the kingdom, man, and they're gonna benefit too. There's gonna be a trade, everybody's gonna benefit. Not and this right now. It is only a small group of people that are benefiting from the misery.
Hopper? Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, man. These devils, man, they're insane. And so you're the people in which the law says that they that bless you should be blessed. But why is it that people they leave you an opening and then you fuck them over? It's like you get cursed for blessing these devils.
Well, you said it. You said it, through the Spirit. You get blessed you get cursed for blessing the devil. You're not supposed to say do good to the godly man. Help not the sinner. He will turn with I forget how it's worded. It's Sirach 12, I believe. He will turn and harm you, basically. Might be great.
I hope you do good too.
Yeah.
So you gotta know who you're helping. And if you think the small hats is it, you're never gonna get nothing good coming back to you.
Hell no. Hell no. He's too covetous. When you read Sirach 14th chapter, the first half of it is going into the nature of somebody that's greedy, that's selfish with their greed. They're super envious of they self. That they'll be willing to harm themselves and others because nothing satisfies them. That's how these devils operate. So that's why the world is being bleached out. Everything, the blood of the earth, everything in it is being sucked. You know?
They're not letting the earth rest.
No. He's not giving it no time at all.
Violating, raping the earth, man.
Yeah. Oh, let's just suck oil, dig for, you know, these minerals. You know, and
Drop bombs here and there, release this toxin to this river, this lake. Let's fly something over the world. Drop barium oxide, aluminum.
they don't understand.
Drop type of toxins.
Dropping the bombs and does something to the mantle, the core. It does something to every aspect of life, of this earth, of the core, of the what is it called, the mantle, because it's an imbalance. You know.
Jeremiah 51:25. Behold, I'm against thee, O destroying mountain, saith the Lord, which destroyeth all the earth. And I will stretch out my hand upon thee, and roll thee down from the rocks, and will make thee a burnt mountain.
And when he does natural shit, unnatural things in the earth, like shoot off rockets, or make it rain out of nowhere.
Test bombs.
Yeah,
Let's just
when they
test
do
it.
that, guess what?
Go
It's
shit
doing?
up.
Like brother talking about the atmosphere, everything that makes that atmosphere dissipates it, but it never gets it back and then that you back in.
Snatches the oxygen out of the air. You know?
And so imagine if I was a big animal or a bird,
The whole ecosystem.
the earth off balance. And he goes around, cut deforestation, and just start changing and messing up the balance of the world.
Let's just burn it.
Yeah, let's just burn it. We need this space. We need this space for the whole world to fit in Texas. Man, we need this. Let's put a data center out.
That's why we're telling you, Jakes, don't envy this man. This is what he literally has to do around the earth to get what he actually has in possession. You niggas are envying him. You know? So you niggas don't have the same amount of wealth and power he got, so you just terrorize your own again. He just go and terrorize the earth and get it. That's the difference.
We control the whole industry once it gets
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Niggas local.
Yeah, you local people. Yeah. You got the Esau's mindset, but you just gonna keep it local.
International.
trouble class.
They just wanna take over blocks and shit. Instead of fields and you know, shit like that.
Sirach 14:3. Riches are not comely for a niggard, and what should an
Stingy person. Basically, it's a nigga or somebody stingy.
what should an envious man do with money? He that gathereth by defrauding
Yeah, you
him.
know, in this correlation,
Somebody still got James 5?
Yep.
the envious person. He envies us. The glory and the power we have, even on the low end, he's still envious. When we had it, imagine him rolling up on Africa and seeing us over there living amazing. What is this? How are they got nothing. We took their land. How are they still living like this? Well, it's the spirit. They see the jungle, they come out, they see the breaking world records and shit. They're envious. They see them breaking equations without manipulating. See them being a truly great people.
Yeah, he excelled in everything he do.
It's like Jake's been under sanctions for 500 years, man. They're still thriving. They're still able to thrive out. You know? So you remove the oppression from Jake, set him up, righteous state, you get new bodies. Man.
So you'll be humble. That's good. And it's above every other people.
I had it in the GNT.
servants upon horses, and the servants upon the earth. Hey, we're supposed to be in a position where, hey, we're on that horse, we're in that power seat, man. Second Edge say it. Sex like a second Edge 6. The earth was made for our sakes. Why don't we have an inheritance with the world? You know?
And patience and prophecy is on our side. Those days are coming, but you got it, bro.
I had that Ciroc, I believe it's 10, and Ciroc 10 and 31, and NLT, GNT, I mean. It says, if someone is honored while he is poor, think how much he will be honored if he becomes rich. If someone is despised while he is rich.
That's why it's most important that we're not looking for the honor now. We're looking for being honorable toward our Father, toward the Heavenly Father. We're trying to be righteous.
Just like Yahushua.
Yeah. He didn't have money when he was down here as Yahushua. But he had all the power. But he didn't go around assaulting people, robbing people.
He didn't exercise his power.
Hey, y'all remember the movie Groundhog Day? The first thing he tried to do was go rob him so he could have money. Then he got it, he was like, this shit was easy, it's whack. I gotta do it again tomorrow. I just did all that yesterday, I gotta do it again tomorrow. But when he started realizing his inner man had to become richer, that's when he was free from that. Okay, it's similar for us. We're in a wicked society of Groundhog Day. We're gonna repeat the same bullshit until we repent and change the way we'll be thinking, the way we move. Y'all got it.
Back in us, Ciroc 10 and 31, it says, if someone is despised while he is rich, think how much more he will be despised if he becomes poor.
Hey, he is gonna be.
That's the Israelite, bro.
He's gonna be worse than the lowest nigga today.
You know how you treat niggas, pissy ass old niggas or whatever, homeless people? People get treated today, Jake. And you be like, you walk around them and you be like, ugh, stepping over them. Imagine an Edomite. This motherfucker stink now. He don't take showers now in his rulership. He got 10-bedroom houses, 7 bathrooms. He don't take showers. So imagine that bitch. Imagine how nasty his mouth and teeth gonna look. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I gotta breathe.
He's a like Joel Paul. These are children of food, basement. I wouldn't even set them among the dogs of my flock.
You don't give my dog to me.
You don't give them place.
Yeah.
I gotta read real quick to go with what it's saying. Lamentations 5 and 8. Servants have ruled over us. There is none that doeth deliver us out of their hand.
That's straight up punishment. I had them motherfuckers, man. Them? Bro. These motherfuckers don't like you attracted to prepubescent children. You know? Like, come on, man. Motherfucker that don't even want to cook his meat all the way. You want to eat blood. But he could create the moral compass around your society.
Right? He gonna tell you this is good, this is bad, this is right, this is wrong. And you Jakes have
Confuse you about your chicken.
they gonna take along with and change history to think that he wrote history as he's a victor all the time. You know, he's a scientist, a great inventor. You know?
Yeah, with they scientific racism, Dorianism.
Yeah, Doro, yeah.
He wants you to shave so you can get a job. Which in ancient Greece, men actually shaved because it was seen as an effeminate thing. So to have the look or the appearance of a woman so that a man can actually deal with you. That was what they was doing in Greece.
And the Philistines cut off the beards. They cut off the beards of David's.
The garments.
They couldn't come back until their beard fully grew. This man man, he wants you to shave it all off, just for consideration at a fucking office job or some shit, you know, or a damn retail job, customer service. So yeah, man, you know there was an act of a higher power to put him where he's at, and to bring us low. Because going back to the birth, it said that one people shall be stronger than the other.
And the elders shall serve. The elders, these motherfuckers actually born servants. They were born to serve us. Right? Yeah, that means
And kind of get in that spirit of servitude, and then get with Jake. Some Jakes, they'll put, hey, niggas will put actual leashes on the neck of they eat them like cracky bun. Walk them on the line and shit. Crawl, yeah.
Not even walking.
All that.
I saw Jake. He had two Edomite wives, and he was to stay at home.
Yeah, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Working, bro.
They have them working. So their woman is already in that spirit. Then you do no problem. It's just gonna be a fight with her men. Hey, why do you think David, when he went to Edom, he went and slew all the men in Joab? Why did he slew all the males? What do you think he did with their women?
Back in Surah 14, verse 3, riches are not comely for a niggard, and what should an envious man do with money? He that gathereth by defrauding his own soul, gathereth for others, that shall spend his good righteously. He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? He shall not take pleasure in his good. He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good?
You eventually start to become evil to yourself. That's why Esau has this track record. That the whole entire world is always shameful spewing and bring up the history of what this man has done since he's been in power. All you've been doing is just robbing and pillaging, plundering. That's pretty much your reputation. You done cut all the nations. You done removed landmarks. Destabilize the whole world. Just to appease your insatiable desires. Stolen heritage, stolen identity.
We stole our identity. We got the nations. Stole their identities too. Got them calling themselves things that they not calling themselves after the lands where they live. I'm Brazilian, or I'm Lithuanian, or Puerto Rican. I'm Greek. You're Greek. I'm this, I'm that, and the nations are confused. To James.
Yeah, this is Surah 14 and 6. It says, there is none worse than he that envieth himself, and this is a recompense of his wickedness. It says, and if he doeth good, he doeth it unwillingly, and at the last he will declare his wickedness. The envious man hath a wicked eye, he turneth away his face, and despiseth men. A covetous man's eye is not satisfied with his...
Read that again.
The envious hath a wicked eye, he turneth away his face, and despiseth men.
Hey, it makes me think of what's that? That verse that we read, where it says, where he says, eat and drink. Where the heart is not with me, eat not the bread of him that hath my blood.
It's Proverbs 23 and 6. I start at 5. Wilt thou set thy eyes upon that which is not? For riches certainly make make themselves wings, they fly away as an eagle towards heaven.
And that's what Esau, that's what torments him. It's him one day waking up and all his power and resources, everything that he fought hard, every war that he fought, everything that he built up from his youth, being taken out of his hands, being taken away from him. Right, because we generated the wealth from the ground up.
That's why Pharaoh was so wouldn't let us go. It's like,
Yeah.
look, nigga, you got the field